right, here we go, kicking off another brand new hour of the Steve Gruber Show. Glad to have you along for the conversation. Three big things to know this hour. Number one, here in Michigan, apparently you're less likely to turn in that 10-cent can than you used to be. We'll talk about that. Number two, a 67-year-old man still missing for almost a week now. Dale Fasking, I guess. Wasaki County wrecked his motorhome, walked away not to be seen for a week now. And number three, the jury in the trial of the former Grand Rapids police officer Christopher Scher continues today, deliberating his fate. The jury sent home after 5 hours yesterday. We'll be digging deeper into this in just a few minutes. Brian Morley will join me, an attorney, former police officer in the city of Flint. He had one opinion about this case, and now it has changed, having heard Christopher Scher on the stand, among other things. 12 jurors will decide his fate. We'll get into that more coming up. But first, how about this? Every day there's something that is shocking to me. Shocking to me when it comes to what we're doing with illegal aliens. I mean, it shouldn't surprise me anymore what I hear and read and see based on the behavior of the last several years and based on the behavior of apparently Democrats who seem to think that illegals have as many rights here as I do, right? But the FBI has revealed that Venezuelan officials created an operation to train Tren de Aragua to come here and kill Americans. Seems nobody's talking about it. I think you deserve to hear it. Here it is.
An FBI assessment that was unclassified that said that the Maduro regime is using and planning to use Tren de Aragua terrorists to carry out assassination plots on American soil. Now, very few in this room covered that. I'll let you all ask yourselves why you didn't cover it and why your editors didn't assign that story to you. Something I think you should think about on your own. But this is a earth-shattering piece of news. The Biden administration imported the terrorist army that our own FBI assesses is planning assassination strikes on American soil against critics of the Maduro regime. Those are the terrorists that President Trump is finding and apprehending that our Democrat judges and Democrat activists are trying to keep on U.S. soil. Tren de Aragua has the same legal status as Al-Qaeda and ISIS. MS-13 has the same legal status as Al-Qaeda and ISIS. These are foreign terrorists operating on our soil. And our gratitude to El Salvador for agreeing to take custody of these terrorists is immense.
Terrorists sent here to target Americans. Stephen Miller's talking about it, but you don't hear it anywhere else. Yeah, and like I said, Democrats, they honestly, they're more dedicated to going to El Salvador to look out for a guy who, at every, Albrega Garcia, at every turn, more dirt shows up on this guy. Not a good man. Not from what I can tell. Not a good guy. And they keep protecting him, defending him, going to bat for the likes of him. It's the hill they want to die on, apparently. Democrats, like I say, more dedicated to illegals than the people born and raised here. Listen to this.
Jeffries denies that he told Democrats to stop going to Central America. Others are planning trips, including a visit to Honduras.
I'm planning on going, and I think we should continue to go. So I think it makes sense for us to check on them, make sure they're okay. And at a minimum, since there's a multi-million-dollar contract with El Salvador to house these people, shouldn't somebody go take a look and make sure we're getting our money's worth for this?
Shouldn't somebody make sure that Baltimore, Maryland, that you represent, is in good shape? Congressman Ivey? Shouldn't somebody check on the good people of Baltimore, Congressman Ivey, to make sure that they're okay there? What were these cities like? What were these cities like 100 years ago? 50 years ago. Maybe not great 50 years ago, but 100 years ago they were good. What has gone wrong? One of the problems is addiction, powerful drugs. You've seen the videos, haven't you? People wandering around, drooling, or just standing frozen because of powerful chemicals that come across our southern border and poison our people, kill them, more than 100,000 a year. Maybe more. Who knows? I think a lot die that are just falling through the cracks. Addictions in China, meanwhile, really aren't any. Not by comparison, not that we hear about. I wonder why that is. Pam Bondi has a theory about it. Listen.
Yeah, and Larry, it's interesting. People in China don't get addicted to fentanyl because they're shipping it to our country to kill 18 to 34-year-olds. 75,000 Americans are dying every year because of fentanyl. It is a weapon of mass destruction, in my opinion. It's destroying lives. It's costing our taxpayers trillions of dollars, and it's killing our kids, 18 to 34, #1 cause of death. The precursors are all made in China. It's shipped to Mexico, into our country, or through now India, other routes, ports of entry, USPS, coming into our country, and they're killing our kids, and it's got to stop. And it takes 1 grain of fentanyl. I put it in here to show you earlier. You can barely see it. It looks like 1 grain. This is salt, not fentanyl. 1 grain is all it takes to kill an American citizen. And that's what these people are doing.
1 grain. Yet there's not that problem in China. Isn't that interesting? They don't have that problem in China. But they have that problem here. I submit to you for consideration, as I have said before, is that not an act of war? Seriously, is that not an act of war to send all that poison into this country by way of Mexico? Is that not something we should be a lot more angry about? 100,000 Americans die. Some by accident, right? Some by accident. And yet here we are. Here we are. Coming up, we're going to talk about this case in Grand Rapids. Christopher Schur gets in a scuffle with Patrick Layoa at about, 8 o'clock in the morning? Suspect is well beyond the legal limit, doesn't have a license plate, fights with the police officer, wrestles. A shooting takes place and the suspect dies, and the police officer's life is over because he's put on trial for murder. The jury's out on it. My next guest is not, however, Brian Morley, a lawyer, former police officer in the city of Flint. He knows tough times. You earn your money at 1% of the time, he said. He'll be with me next.